The qualification session is at Watkins Glen Sports Cars League grid in Watkins Glen, USA. The wind speed is 9 km/h from the northeast. Paul from England is 5th. Kev from England is 11th. Hassub is P9. James improved his P1 with a 1:15.651. Henry is provisional pole with a 1:15.272. Paula from Burkina Faso is P6. Paul is P6. Hassub is P12. Phil is 5th up 0.40. Paula is P10. Paula improved his third with a 1:16.973. 1.701 of pole. Paul is 10th. Luigi from Italy is 11th. Luigi improved his P8 with a 1:22.202. 6.930 of pole. Dan is 14th up 27.93. "15 minutes remaining in the session. James is P2. Paula is P4. Paula improved his third with a 1:16.538. 1.266 off pole. Paul is 15th. Paul Paul improved his P5 with a 118.440. 3.168 off pole. Hassab is 14th up 0.67. Hassab improved his 14th with a 123.699. 8.427 off pole. Pete from Antigua and Barbuda is 12th. Pete improved his P12 with a 121.101. 5.829 off pole. Kev is P11 up 0.10. Jason is 14th up 0.20. Kev is P12 up 0.37. Best lap is a 121.023. 5.751 off pole. Kev improved his P13 with a 120.723. 6.022 off pole. Jason is 15th. Jason improved his 12th with a 120.398. 5.697 off pole. Steve from United Kingdom is P10 up 0.26. Andy from Spain is P11 up 0.47. Stephen from Canada is 13th. Simon from Canada is 7th up 0.11. Stephen is P13 up 0.13. Kev is P14 up 0.25. Stephen is P13 up 0.48. Kev is P14. Simon is 7th. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Dan is P1. Dan is provisional pole with a 114.092. James is P3 up 0.21. James improved his third with a 1:15.365. 1.273 of pole. Dan is first up 0.32. Dan is provisional pole with a 1:13.639. Paula is fourth up 0.26. Paula improved his P4 with a 1:15.791. 2.152 of pole. Henry from United Kingdom is second up 0.15. Henry improved his second with a 1:15.060. 1.421 of pole. Stephen is 13th. The 1:19.954. 6.315 of pole. Henry is P2 up 0.27. James is third. Best lap is a 1:15.365. 1.726 of pole. Stephen is P12 up 0.51. Paul is 8th up 0.25. Pete is P15 up 0.27. Pete improved his 15th with a 1:20.783. 7.144 of pole. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Steve is 10th. Steve improved his 8th with a 1:18.331. 4.692 of pole. Luigi is 16th up 0.44. Luigi improved his 14th with a 120.451. 6.812 of pole. Paul is 9th up 0.47. Paul improved his 8th with a 118.082. 4.443 of pole. Andy is 11th. Andy improved his P11 with a 119.359. 5.720 of pole. Pete is P16 up 0.24. Jason is 13th. Jason improved his 13th with a 120.114. 6.475 of pole. Pete is 16th. Pete improved his 14th with a 120.165. 6.526 of pole. Simon is 7th up 0.28. Andy is P11 up 0.21. Kev is 16th. Simon is 7th up 0.10. Kev is P16 up 0.27. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Hassub is 18th. James is P3 up 0.10. Steve is P9 up 0.10. Pete is 14th. Best lap is a 120.165. 6.526 off pole. Hassub is 18th. Pete is 14th. Pete is 14th. The race session is at Watkins Glen Sports Cars League grid in Watkins Glen, USA. The wind speed is 7 km/h from the north-northeast. Dan is P1. Henry from United Kingdom is P2. James from Italy is P3. Paula from Burkina Faso is P4. James is 5th. Ben from England is P6. Simon from Canada is 7th. Paul from England is 8th. Steve from United Kingdom is P9. Phil is 10th. Andy from Spain is P11. Stephen from Canada is P12. Jason is P13. Pete from Antigua and Barbuda is P14. Luigi from Italy is 15th. Kev from England is P16. Timothy from United States is P17. Hassab is 18th. Dan is 1st. Minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Steve is 9th. The pits is 18th. Jason is 12th. Jason lost 12th to Timothy. James is 8th. James entering the pits is 1st. James is P4. James is now 3rd. Jason is P12, 0.3 behind Timothy. Jason is now P13. Paula on lap 2 is P10, 1.2 ahead of Luigi. Paula lost P14 to Hassab. Paula lost 15th to Pete. Paul is 7th, 0.4 behind Steve. Jason is P11, 0.8 behind Timothy. Andy entering the pits is P18. Phil is 13th, 0.8 behind Luigi. Jason on lap 3 is 11th, 0.4 behind Timothy. Luigi is P13, 0.4 behind Phil. Luigi is now 12th. Phil is P11, 1.0 behind Timothy. "25 minutes remaining in the session." Paul is 7th, 1.2 behind Steve. Phil is 11th, 0.3 behind Timothy. Paul is P7, 0.6 behind Steve. Phil is P11, 0.5 behind Timothy. James entering the pits is P3. Phil passed Timothy for 10th. Timothy is P11, 0.3 behind Phil. Phil was 1.1 faster last lap. Dan is P2, 0.5 behind Henry. Pete is P16, 0.2 behind Hassan. Pete passed Hassab for P15. Dan is second, 0.1 behind Henry. Paul is 7th. Best lap is a 1:18.417. 4.001 of the fastest lap. Henry is second, 0.6 behind Dan. Paula is P13. Best lap is a 1:16.790. 2.374 of the fastest lap. Paula passed Luigi for P12. Phil is 10th, 0.6 behind Kev. Phil passed Kev for 9th. "20 minutes remaining in the session. Timothy is P11, 0.4 behind Kev. Paula is P12, 0.2 behind Timothy. Paula passed Timothy for 11th. Paula passed Kev for 10th. Kev is P11. Paula is 10th, 0.5 behind Phil. Paula passed Phil for P9. Ben on lap 9 is P7, 0.3 behind Steve. Steve was 2.7 faster last lap. P12, 0.4 behind Timothy. Kev lost P13 to Jason. Timothy on lap 9 is 12th, 0.4 behind Luigi. Timothy is now P11. Ben is 6th, 1.0 behind Paul. Jason is 12th. Best lap is a 1:20.462. 6.498 of the fastest lap. Ben is 6th, 0.8 behind Paul. Paul is P6, 0.4 behind Ben. James is P4, 0.4 behind Simon. Paula is 10th. 15 minutes remaining in the session. James is 4th, 0.6 behind Simon. Dan on lap 13 is first, 3.6 ahead of Henry. Dan was 2.2 faster last lap. Dan entering the pits is first. Dan lost third to James. Kev is P14. Best lap is a 1:20.996. 7.032 of the fastest lap. Kev passed Luigi for 13th. James is P3, 0.2 behind Simon. Kev on lap 12 is P13. Kev entering the pits is P13. Steve is 7th. Phil is P9, 0.8 behind Steven. Kev exiting pits. James is P3. Luigi is 12th. James is P3, 0.8 behind Simon. Phil is P9, 0.3 behind Stephen. Phil passed Stephen for P8. Stephen is 9th, 0.4 behind Phil. Stephen lost P9 to Paula. Paula is P9. Best lap is a 1:16.408. 2.444 of the fastest lap. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Paula passed Phil for P8. Phil is 9th. James is 3rd, 0.5 behind Simon. Steve on lap 16 is P7, 1.2 behind Paul. James on lap 17 is 3rd, 1.0 behind Simon. Steve on lap 17 is 7th, 2.0 behind Paul. Stephen is P10, 4.6 behind Phil. Simon on lap 18 is 3rd, 3.0 ahead of Dan. Dan on lap 18 is P4, 0.3 behind Simon. Dan was 2.3 faster last lap. Dan passed Simon for P3. Steve is 7th, 1.8 behind Paul. Timothy entering the pits is 16th. Hassab is 13th, 2.9 behind Luigi. Steve is 7th, 2.3 behind Paul. Timothy exiting pits. Dan is 3rd, 1.5 behind James. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Steve is P7, 2.2 behind Paul. James is 3rd, 1.0 behind Dan. Steve is P7, 3.0 behind Paul. Henry on lap 21 is first. James is P3, 4.0 behind Dan. Dan was 3.6 faster last lap. Hassab is P13, 4.6 behind Luigi. James is P3, 4.9 behind Dan. Pete is 15th, 2.6 behind Kev. Pete was 12.3 faster last lap. Hassab on lap 20 is 13th. Pete is P15, 1.5 behind Kev. Pete passed Kev for 14th. Steve is P7. Best lap is a 1:18.338. 4.374 of the fastest lap. Kev is P15, 3.1 behind Pete. Steve is P7, 4.3 behind Paul. The leader has just finished the race. Henry finished first. Pete finished 14th. Kev finished P15. Phil finished P9. Dan finished second. Luigi finished P12. James finished third. Stephen finished 10th. Simon finished P4. Ben finished P5. Hassab finished 13th. Paul finished P6. Steve finished 7th. Paula finished 8th. Jason finished 11th. Timothy is 16th.
Now he comes towards the line, 54 to beat, and it's going to be somewhere in the 56s. Oh yes, no, I've seen it, I'm sorry. I found it at the end. 57.76 Ronnie Milroy, 3.22 seconds down. I just wonder whether the grunt of those Euro NASCARs up the hill is what helped him. Thumbs up for Thomas Brando, who is still the quickest man. Yeah, and thumbs up. And Anthony Reid looks suave, doesn't he?
There he is. Look, he's got overalls made to look like he's wearing his members' meeting house captain's jacket.